What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Fallout 76 video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys 5 of the best locations that I've found that is great for looting junk materials, such as, the ones that you're always wanting, like screws, gears, plastic, all that great stuff. And finally, if you guys are in the market for some dope Fallout 76 items like legendary weapons, consider checking out E4GM, link will be in the description. But if you guys do go on to enjoy this video or find it helpful, make sure you like and subscribe, and let's get right into it. Alright everyone, so our first location is going to be Sugar Grove. Now, this location has been one of my favorites for pretty much the entirety of the game, just because when you come here, there is pretty much a guarantee that you are going to be getting a ton of materials. One of those being aluminum, because this place is pretty much infested by robots, so every time you kill one, it has a chance to drop, either steel, scrap, lead, and then aluminum. And most likely it's going to be aluminum, so that's always great. But when you come here, make sure you check all these side rooms. There's a ton of, smaller items that you may not notice, such as duct tape. Antique globes are always great to pick up as well. But once you've looted the front room here, you want to head back towards this little hallway, and this door right here sometimes requires a terminal to unlock. Not always, but if it does, all I have to do is just go into the terminal and open the door. You don't have to hack it or anything. But once you made it in here, this room is going to be one of, the better ones. You want to make sure you're always looking at the desks, just because those are the ones that carry the typewriters, the phones, the desk fans. The battered clipboards is another great one to look for. The battered clipboards you always want to check out just because they have the springs and stuff. And they're also sort of easier to miss. You can kind of mistake them for a document or something like that. See right there, I almost missed one, so you do want to be careful. Quick tip for you guys, you can actually tag certain pieces of junk for search. Now, I know this may be common knowledge to some who've been playing the game for a while, but if you just got this game, odds are you do not know about it. So just go to your junk tab in your Pip-Boy, go to component view, and now you'll be able to see every piece of junk that is associated with, each material. So you can see that you have adhesive on you or whatever you have. You can actually hover over that, and if you are on PC, press spacebar, and you can actually tag that item for search. So now every time you find a piece of junk that has nuclear material in it, it will have a magnifying glass by it. So you will kind of know, you don't have to memorize each and every piece of junk that has, each and every different item in it. While doing this run, it also probably wouldn't be a bad idea to put on Pack Rat or even Strong Back while doing this, just so you can carry a little bit more junk. The Pack Rat actually, makes it so junk weighs less, and the Strong Back actually makes it so you can actually carry more items. So those two together will allow you to carry way more junk without being overcumbered. Once you've sort of looted the upstairs portion, continue down the hallway and go down these stairs here, and to your right there will be another reception desk type place. I would kind of, go look through. You don't have to actually lockpick the doors and go inside, but if you look in through the actual window, there's a whole bunch of battered clipboards, desk fans, and even an assault rifle that you can actually pick up, and that can be scrapped down to actually get some more rare materials such as molded plastic, I believe, as well. If you go down this room right here, there is actually a whole bunch of workbenches in here, so not only is this place great for getting the loot, it's also great for scrapping down your loot after you have collected it all. Inside this room, there is a series of different workbenches you can use to actually scrap down the junk so that you are not over encumbered and can fast travel out of here. Just beware, there are a few robots in here, so you kind of do want to be careful. They can be a little bit bullet spongy if you are not a higher level or have a high level weapon, but after you kill them, I would make sure to loot them for all their aluminum, lead, and stuff they could have on them, and make sure in this room that you do take a look around, because pretty much every room inside of this building is going to have useful, materials for junk inside of it. If you continue to head down the stairs, you will make your way into a big sort of main opening room, and this is sort of the icing on top of the cake. Now be careful, there can be assaultrons and other legendary enemies down here that can kill you. But if you make your way towards the back, there is a shelf here with an insane amount of items on it, guys. It is filled with battered clipboards, which can be scrapped down for springs. There is pencils, which can be scrapped down for wood and lead, I believe. On the bottom, there is going to be a whole bunch of coffee cups. Those can be scrapped down for ceramic. And on the top, make sure you don't miss it, there is a ton of cigarette cartons and cigarettes, which can be scrapped down for plastic, which is very useful. You want to make sure you pick that up. That's pretty much for all the big stuff. I would still go down each and every one of these sort of computer desk things and look on them, because there's a ton of, ceramic, plastic, and battered clipboards and other materials that you can find pretty useful. Just make sure that you get everything. Overall, great location, definitely check it out. For this next run, you want to actually head over to the Pleasant Valley Ski Resort. That's located pretty close to Top of the World. It's located in the Savage Divide up in this sort of mountainous region. I have showcased this region in the past, but since then I have added a few new steps that gets you even more materials. So what you want to do is, you don't have to have this, but it's a great step to add. You can get the home defense perks. You can actually disarm, traps. So this place is filled with traps. The first ones are at the entrance right here. If you press R, if you were on PC, you can actually disarm those. And when you disarm them, it'll give you aluminum scrap, raw rubber, and fuel. So You'd be surprised how many traps are here, guys. There's probably around 6 of them, so you can kind of see how much aluminum you can actually get from this. There is a glitch right now. If you are willing to do this, you can actually spam the disarm thing, and it'll actually disarm a few times if you are in a laggier server, and you can get up to, 6 aluminum from one. The next set of traps is actually located on the other end of the entrance. There is going to be 2 more by the main entrance area. There is going to be 2 flamethrower traps you can actually disarm for more aluminum. Carry up these stairs here and going into this really weird structure looking place. I don't even really know what to call it, but just keep going up and you will see another set of flamethrower traps you can disarm that are sort of pointed at the air. Make sure that you get the ones that are on the other side as well. You don't want to forget about them. And the final set of traps are located on the next floor of this location. It can be a little bit harder to get to these because they are kind of floating, so just kind of try to jump up there onto this like little ledge and you can kind of carry on and get both of them in one sweep. Try not to fall down there. After taking out the traps, I would recommend going ahead and looting all the enemies that you killed that are around here. This can be super mutants, ghouls, scorch, pretty much whatever, guys. It kind of depends what every time you come here. And if you want to go ahead and scrap the remaining items that you have in your inventory before you carry on, you can kind of save yourself some weight there as well. From this point, you want to start collecting these little ski racks, and on these ski racks, there's going to be a variety of different things. There can be, the ski poles, which is the main thing that you want, which are going to have aluminum in them. There is also the wooden skis, which just has wood in them, and then there are the composition skis, which actually has fiberglass in them. So I just go ahead and pick up everything. I don't mind a little bit of extra wood and fiberglass in there, but it's completely up to you. Another thing you should be on the lookout for when you're up here, if you are actually in the need of oil, there's a whole bunch of Mr. Handy containers and used oil tanks and all those different things up here that you can actually, pick up and scrap down to actually make oil as well. The remaining set of ski poles and stuff are located up here with all these picnic tables and such. After you looted them, you can make your way over towards these workbenches, and I'd recommend go ahead and scrapping these down. As you can see, just from that run right there, we got over 26 aluminum, not even counting the ones we got when we were disarming the actual, traps. Continuing the run, we head up the hill towards the top of the world building, and you want to get in the elevator and head to the second floor of this place. And guys, once you're up here, I'm not going to go into every single room you can go into to get materials. This whole place is filled with a pretty much huge variety of materials in this location, guys. There is, different restaurants, there is different, housing places, there is different stores you can look at, and each one has different items in it that you can loot from. From hanging around at this location, I was here maybe 10 minutes, and within that 10 minutes, I had so many materials, I didn't even really know what to do with them. I had to put on extra perks. If we look at our junk tab, just from these runs, this is all from, this run at Top of the World, and this is from the run that we just did at Sugar Grove. Just from these 2 runs, you can see how much materials we have. We already have over 100 plastic, almost 100 aluminum. It's absolutely ridiculous, guys. You are not going to be in any need of junk here. This next location is going to be the WV Lumber Company, and I love this location, guys. I use this location pretty much for every level I'm at. I use this for farming, I use this for loot farming, and I use this for low-level loot farming. I use this location all the time, so if you guys do not know about this location, you definitely should come here. This place is full of low-level super mutants, so if you are a, below level 15, you can come here and farm super, super easy. All these guys are around level 5, so they're complete pushovers, and not only do super mutants carry a lot of XP, they're also going to be carrying a lot of gunpowder you can use to actually craft your ammo as well. All around this location are a ton of different areas you can loot for junk. It has a ton of wood, a ton of screws, steel, pretty much all the great things. And not only that, but you can actually scrap these down for, the raw material so you don't have so much weight on you, because there is a whole bunch of workbenches here you can do that at as well. I've talked about this place in the past. I'm not going to go too in-depth on it because I don't want you guys to get bored, but it is a great location. If you haven't been here, 100% check it out, especially if you are starting a new build. Alright, next location. So this place is going to be Lewisburg. It's located in that, dark left-hand corner of the map that not very many people go to. This place is filled with super mutants as well, but what's great about this place is it's all outside, and if you go here, there is a ton of materials, especially plastic and aluminum. If you go over to these tables, there was like a sort of like eating contest or something that went down here, because there is a ton of different plates, TV dinner trays, and silverware you can pick up and scrap down. Now, the only thing about this location is, unfortunately, I could not find any workbenches in the near area that you can actually take these to, so if you do get overcumbered, you may want to go ahead and set down a camp nearby that you can use to build some workbenches and actually use those to scrap down so you can then fast travel. Another cool thing about this location is, since you are so close to the Pleasant Hills Cemetery, you might as well make a 5-second walk up there and go ahead and loot all of the different safes that are there. Now, these safes are all level 3 lockpicking, so if you do not have that, I guess you can go ahead and just skip this step. I just thought I should throw this in because why not? This is a great location. You can actually get a lot of rare plans, a lot of rare weapons, and different things like that. Here, I didn't really have the best luck. I kind of got hosed, but in these things, you can always get really rare weapons such as junk as well. You can get some desk fans, as you can see. I actually did get a lot of desk fans here, so I guess it was kind of a plus. I got some screws out of it, but right here is the final safe location. There's also a Wendigo spawn here that you can kill, and he will drop screws as well. This location is pretty good. It's probably not as good as Sugar Grove, but what I like to do is I like to go through every single one of these locations in one match, and then after I've ran through all of them, I like to server hop and then, do it again, and that's honestly the most efficient way to farm this. This next location I'm trying to make fast because this video is already getting a little bit long. I'm sure you guys already recognize it, but it is the White Springs Bunker. Now, a lot of people don't know this place is actually really great for junk farming. The one catch being you do have to be a part of the Enclave, which is kind of why I saved it for last, just because a lot of people may not have the Enclave yet. You can get it super easy. Just look up a tutorial on how to join the Enclave. It takes maybe 30 minutes to do the whole quest line. You'll then be able to become a general, be able to have access to the military wing of this bunker. It's honestly probably a great decision for you if you have not done that yet, but once you have access to the bunker and you make your way all the way over to the military wing, you can take a left here, and in this little control room, you will see a plethora of different materials, guys. There is a ton of different things down here that you can pick up. The main one being, desk fans, batter clipboards, and telephones, just because this is, a communication area. Now, the reason I put this in the episode is just because I think this location is great, because think about how many times you're coming to the Enclave bunker and running past this room if you are, doing the campaign or you're launching nukes. Every time you come down here, just remember, run into this room and pick up all the fans, everything that is on top of these desks, guys, and it adds up super quickly. After one run here, I was at over 13 desk fans, which is crazy, but what I like about this location is that there is a workbench and a whole bunch of other different things you can use right across the hall. So if you head back into the military wing, there is going to be that room where you can trade with. You can get the XO1 jetpack, that trading room. That's where there's going to be a workbench you can actually trade at. I'm sure you guys all know about it, but other than that, that is pretty much for today's episode, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. I do plan on uploading more of these, compilation type vids that kind of help you guys and improve your gameplay, that kind of maybe teach you guys some tips that maybe you didn't know before. But if at any point in time in this video you guys did enjoy it or just found it helpful, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.